NCAA championship up for grabs. Division I college hockey, Worcester, Massachusetts. North Dakota has come east. A powerhouse team to take on another powerhouse, the Terriers from Boston University. Welcome, everybody. Delighted to have you with us here as we get set for Game 2 of the East region. Boston College has already moved on. Tonight, one of these two teams, they'll do the same. The Terriers and the Fighting Sioux go at it here in Game 2. This is what happened earlier today. A 5-4 win for the Eagles over Mercyhurst, who put up a heck of a battle. Now, will it be BCBU yet one more time? We're going to find out. With Bill Clement, I'm Gary Thorne. Welcome, everybody. We bring you here with a familiar name when it comes to Boston sports, and he happens to be in Boston.
Well, he is just one of 7 freshmen that will be in the lineup tonight for BU that have really revived the program. They had an off season last year, but when you've got a family name of Bork, and yes, the son of Ray Bork, this is Chris Bork, who's one of the 7 freshmen that will be in the lineup. All of a sudden, BU has speed, they've got skill, they've got offense, and they've got some swagger that they didn't have last season, and Chris Bork is a big part of that.
They will need all of that because they go up against a program that over the years has been noted for knocking some people down.
Man, they have the equipment to do it, and they have the personnel inside the equipment. They've got a couple of twin oak trees on defense, the Fighting Sioux do, that are just huge, and they play a big, bad, mean game. First of all, their captain, Matt Green, he's 6'3", weighs 225. He plays with Matt Jones, who is 6 feet tall and weighs about 220. And the big challenge for these young guys from Boston University will be seeing if they can get to the paint through the oak trees to generate any kind of scoring chances, because North Dakota really kind of plays an assault style, old school, almost an NHL style. They really want to come at oppositions.
In NCAA playoff history, these teams have divided the 4 games that they have previously played. Someone's got to get an advantage before we leave here. And when we come back to spread the news, it's Division I college hockey, and it's North Dakota and BU. A lot of Boston University fans on hand, obviously, for this game, along with their pep band, as our Division I NCAA playoff continues. Jackie Parker, 32 years behind the bench as a head coach, 715 wins.
And his 20th appearance in the NCAA tournament. Only Ron Mason had more. For North Dakota, a rookie head coach. Dave Hackstall was an assistant in North Dakota. Prior to this, he replaced Dean Blaze coming into this year. Also as a former Fighting Sioux player, he and his coaching staff coach with a lot of emotion, a lot of intensity.
Goaltenders threatened in this game because there are some outstanding scores on both sides.
Well, this is one of the great feel-good stories in NCAA Division I hockey. John Curry last year was a walk-on and played 5 minutes for BU last year. The other 2 goalies started the first 2 games of the year, did not do well. That opened the door for John Curry.
Jordan Parisi will be at the other end making the start. He is a sophomore out of Minnesota who's had a great season. You see the numbers that he has put up. Our officials will be from the CCHA working this second game here in Worcester.
Why is that important? Well, if you missed the first game between Boston College and Mercyhurst, there were 19 power plays.
These two teams like to play physical. We are ready to go as Zancanero moves in to take this face-off against Rory McMahon. The Boston University Terriers in their red uniforms, the green and white for the big team for the Fighting Sioux. Played back in behind the net. Matt Jones on defense, cleared it up along the wall. Genoway, their leading scorer, is number 29. He had 39 points on the season. Spirko, their leading goal scorer, had 16 goals. Centering pass came right through. Liberty is able to pick it up. Saco May native moved it out of there. Boston University back on the attack. This one will be knocked down. Both of these teams can skate. McMahon had intercepted that one. First line change going on. Played back by Matt Green. Dumped it ahead, trying to catch BU in a change, but that one's going to be offside.
But Jordan Parisi, who's starting in goal for the Fighting Sioux, is absolutely in the zone. He comes in, having not lost in 9 starts. And you know, you look at the scouting report on Jordan Parisi and you say, gosh, he gives up rebounds and he overcommits sometimes and he tries to outcompete you. Well, guess what? You salivate until you play him, because all he does is win hockey games for the North Dakota Fighting Sioux.
That one dumped deeper into the zone. Sprang coming back to get it. Trying to pin it up, couldn't move it away. Penalty coming up. They've got an extra skater out on the ice, the Fighting Sioux. The penalty is going to be against Boston University. And maybe here we go again. Extra skater is out there now for the Sioux on the delayed call. And the whistle will come when it is touched up here. McMahon. And there is the whistle on the touch by Ewing. And a minute 2 seconds into the game, it'll be a power play opportunity for North Dakota on the holding call on the captain, Quinn Filling.
When I talked to Jack Parker, the head coach of BU yesterday, I said, what do you think the big weapon is for North Dakota? Is it their size? They really come at you. He said, I think it's their power play. We have to make sure that we keep our noses clean because BU really respects North Dakota's power play.
McConnell is the one going to the sin bin. McConnell holding at 102, so the power play comes from North Dakota. Their power play was ranked 18th in the nation, while the penalty killing unit of Boston University was 25th. As we mentioned at the top, if you look at all the numbers for the players in the team, Boston University doesn't have any great numbers that stand out in the NCAA statistics. And you can see the pushing and shoving going on here, and that's going to go on in this game. Then Canaro got taken out of there. North Dakota's able to win the draw. The Terriers look like they're going to put a lot of pressure on here. Dump back. Spirko dumped it back in behind the net. Cleared her out here on the near side boards, and that'll be launched back out the center. Couldn't hold it in.
Watch for North Dakota on the faceoffs to give the guys that they're lined up against a shot. I mean, they're constantly in assault mode, even before the puck is dropped.
They have been led by Spirko and Zajac on the power play goals. Each of them has picked up 7 in the game. Spirko is out there on the ice right now for this power play opportunity. Sent back across ice. Couldn't be handled on the far side. David Vadagolik was over there to knock it away. Couldn't clear it out of the zone, no. Fighting Sioux able to hold it in. There near side, leaves it. Now Boston University backs up. That one shot on the block that time, right into Vadagolik. Lost along the near side boards. Boston University needs a clear here, and they get it. That'll send the Fighting Sioux back. Nick Fuhr coming back to get it. Fuhr plays it back in behind the net. Parise came out to help out. Good forechecking job by Monaghan, who moved up to try and force the play and did create the errant pass. Sent back in. 51 left to go on the power play for North Dakota. They've not been able to do anything with it. Again, good work. Monahan in behind the net, broke it up once, twice. Monahan, a great effort here in this PK. Matt Jones finally had to come in and help move it out of there. One more chance on the power play. Going to move that one into the corner. It will be handled deep. Schaefer takes a look around, cleared it up the wall. 28 left to go. Twice BU has not been able to clear that back out of the zone on this power play chance. Sioux, though, battling along the wall, can't get possession of it. Finally sent deep. It was Chris Porter couldn't get it. Porter in behind the net, sends it on up to the point. Shot blocked out deep, shooting it right into players. Matt Jones couldn't get a shot. One times it. Jones, that got knocked down, and it's cleared.
Some great blocks by the BU penalty killers, especially the forward Ryan Monahan.
Icing call, and the penalty has 1 second left to go on. Said these teams have met before in the NCAA playoffs. They're 2-2 all time. It is North Dakota with a 10-6. and 1 record. These two great teams used to play in the combined when Hockey East and the WCHA played a combined schedule for about 6 years worth. So that's where all those games came from, as well as the games, the 4 that they played in the NCAA playoffs. Penalty is over. Good job by Boston University as they were able to kill it off. Mason has it. Dropped back out in front. Another block shot as Green took that one. And the Terriers bring it back up ice. They want to get a line change completed here as MacArthur brought it in. And to clear the zone. Do not get the automatic whistle on the outside. You have an opportunity to clear out of the zone and keep play going, and that's what happened there.
Look at this forecheck by BU. They have 1 man in strong, a 2nd man in strong, and a pinch along the boards. They are an attack pressure type team. They're not going to attack you with the body as much as North Dakota does. But make no mistake about it, Jack Parker's Boston University guys, they really want to pressure you.
Jack. Good work on the near side boards. Again, that pressure resulted in the turnovers here and the opportunities up ice. And that's going to be offside as Weston brought that one in. Boston University offside.
The bottom line is against BU, if they're playing their game, and I mentioned in our open that they have been inconsistent, but Dave Hackstall, the head coach here for North Dakota, knows if you can't defend well down low in your end and can't get the puck out of your zone efficiently, BU will suffocate you with their forecheck. They come at you that hard.
Boston University 4-time champions, the last time in '95. North Dakota They have done it a total of 7 times. Last one was 2000. That one just slipped through, and a break there for the Fighting Sioux. They're back in near side. Filling went after it, could not get to it. The Terriers, Filling putting the heat on. BU, that one will be flipped up in the air as Roach couldn't handle. Sent around the boards near side. Both teams keeping that forechecking pressure on, and I mean keeping the pressure. Boy, what a rock shot by Brian Ewing right there, who put that hit on. Another penalty coming up. That one's knocked away, and another power play is going to be coming for North Dakota. It's going to be their second chance. The elbowing call on that hit in the corner. Brian Ewing out of Cushing Academy is going. The 402 elbowing call.
One of the 6 freshmen up front as a forward, and you see he got his elbow up. I mentioned the intensity and the energy that the young freshmen play with. They also have to play with discipline. And these teams were warned there were 19 penalties called in the first game. Now, different set of refs, but they've been told same standard.
Fighting Sioux second power play 0 for 1. That shot went through. Nick Fewer had it, and nobody saw that as it skipped by goaltender John Curry. Cleared out of there.
What was interesting about that elbowing penalty, maybe Brian Ewing, who's the freshman from Plymouth, Mass, didn't think he could do any damage with a 161-pound body. So he tried to get his elbow up.
Jetaway number 29 over there on the far side boards. Keep an eye on him because he can score. That one got by everybody. Jetaway will work one of the points on this power play along with Nick Fewer. So you got only one defenseman out there on the ice for North Dakota working on this power play, scoreless in the first period. Minute 20 left on this power play opportunity. BU aggressive on the penalty kill. That'll be kicked away and out of the zone again. BU penalty killers have done a heck of a job. And again, putting the pressure on is Ryan Monahan. Monahan, the Willamette, Illinois. Number 23 keeps coming up. Fewer will move that one in. His shot, save made, and change up on the power play here for North Dakota. They've got 50 seconds left on the advantage. Roach went into the corner, had it knocked away, still held in. Boston University dropped back into the box. Shot came through, and that one gets knocked away by Curry. Curry, there was a screen set up in front. Snyder able to hold it in. Nick Fewer on the near side out of Grand Forks, North Dakota, playing right at home with his team. That one into the middle, not very hard, and Sullivan was there to get it. Sean Sullivan, the Terriers out of the zone.
North Dakota's going to have to start walking the puck across the blue line because they're targets when they don't move for the shot blocking forwards and the penalty kill for Boston University. And the BU guys are they're eating them up. I mean, more shots have been blocked than have gotten through, and really your task is just to miss shin pads.
All alone, back in the middle of the power play. Shot save made by Curry. Big shot on the rip taken by Matt Smaby. And that's 1 second left to go in the power play chance. BU is still looking for its first shot of the game.
That time the puck got up and over one of the penalty killers, but boy, John Curry in goal for Boston University in the zone right now from Shorewood, Minnesota. And then when I talked to him yesterday, he said, you know what, I was confident enough to play last year. I just never got my chance because I had asked him, well, what's different last year than this year? Are you much better goalie? He said, well, I think I was just about as good last year. I never got the chance.
Here's a 2-on-1. Ewing's out of the penalty box. Shot. That one is right out of that penalty box. The opportunity came. 2-on-1 opportunity. Roach took the shot, couldn't get it. 0 for 2 on the power play. The Fighting Sioux. And we remain scoreless. 5 shots for North Dakota, none on the other side of the board. 2-on-1 chance, knocked away, rebound. Top of the paint, goes behind the net.
Save.
Mason had the opportunity on the break-in down the right side, and Curry got there and knocked it down.
Dan Spang, number 11 for BU, did a fantastic job of taking the rebound chance away.
That one goes right through the top of the centering pass, and it'll be walked out of the zone by Roach. Roach will send that one in, and the Terriers are going to change up. BU won 23 games during the season. North Dakota won 22. And that one's going to be whistled. Puck was hit with a high stick. And this has started the same kind of tenacity and evenness we thought it would. It's just that BU hasn't been able to get one on the board yet.
There is John Curry, who has been very solid so far. And what's really interesting is because he was a walk-on last year, he's the only one of the 3 goalies. There's Stefan Seawick, Carson Gillespie are the other 2. They have scholarships. John Curry doesn't.
And I asked Jack about that yesterday, Jack Parker. Jack said, the way we're set up, I don't think we're going to be able to get him one for next year even, and he knows that. Shot, Curry makes another save.
It's a good thing the tuition's only about 42 grand a year at BU before expenses, right?
Face-offs are 7-1 in favor of North Dakota, so they got the advantage there, and they've also had the only 7 shots of the game. Weston takes the hit. Snyder knocked him down, but the puck came up along the board. Sullivan in, shot, and a save made, and a chance there. Parisi able to knock it down. First good break that Boston University has had in this game.
Talked about Matt Jones and Matt Green as being 2 big hitters. Andy Schneider had a huge crunch along the boards at 6 feet 215, but the puck was able to squirt by, and it led to this scoring chance.
John Sullivan, a defenseman drafted by Phoenix, took that one the length of the ice. You'll see a +9 for him with a goal and 3 assists on it. Off the face-off, the Canaro, that'll be won back again. Fighting Sioux able to control it, and it will be jammed out of the zone by Genoway. Not been able to get this first line for North Dakota going yet. They do keep it in the zone here. McMahon goes back in behind the net, couldn't control the puck. Terriers have been very tough hanging in here when that puck is in the possession of anyone for North Dakota, and another penalty called, a hooking call. We will have another power play coming up. An obstruction call holding the stick. Power play for BU. Boston University Terriers about an hour away from their campus in downtown Boston on Commonwealth, as we are seeing them take on North Dakota. In the East, they are 2 of the big powerhouse clubs.
Now we got a power play for BU. They're not a kind of team that will sit back and let anybody come at them. Doesn't matter if the other team's bigger, doesn't matter if the other team's more aggressive.
North Dakota, their penalty killing team is 14th in the nation. Boston University power play was 37. Shot, Curry's out there. Boy, does he slide easily across. And another penalty call for hooking on the near side. Andy Schneider had the opportunity. This is another one of those obstruction calls.
It was away from the puck. It was the other guy that was trying to break in.
And it'll be McConnell, Brian McConnell, going to the box, so that will take care of the power play.
Rory McMahon, number 10 from North Dakota, that was trying to break by him. Yikes, you'd better have your special teams cranked up if this is the way it's going to be in the East Regionals. My curiosity is, and we've been pretty well in these seats for the last few hours, my curiosity is what's going on in the Midwest Regionals.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, is it the same everywhere?
Yep. It will be discussed, obviously, the way it's being called here. McConnell at 8:20 on the hooking call. 4-on-4. First opportunity, so the speedsters get a chance to go out on the ice. Boston University Terriers in the red uniforms. Spirko certainly is a speedster, brought it into the zone. Dumped it off on the far side. Fighting Sioux looking to break somebody up ice here as they try and find a little room. Weston was on the near side. They could not connect with him. That'll be whistled on the icing call. And a face-off the other way. Both these teams know how good the other is, so there's a lot of respect going on out there in the ice, and a lot of attempts by both clubs not to make mistakes. That's what's going to cost you against these teams, both these teams that are so aggressive in their play.
Haven't really seen North Dakota show its true colors, which is a real physical hitting game. Most teams coach their players to finish their checks if they're about a stick length and a half away. North Dakota kind of uses the 3-stick length rule.
Oh, another penalty on the boarding call is coming up, and the Terriers take objection to it with some hitting along the wall as LaLiberty came in to help out his teammate. And these kind of calls are going to be made almost automatically. If you hit a guy whose back is to the boards, as Smaby did right there, you're going to go.
That's the kind of style I expect from North Dakota, but they've got to be disciplined this time of year. Their coach, Dave Hackstall, when I spoke to him, said, look, he said, discipline's as big a part of our game this time of year as it is anybody's. That said, we're not going to change the way we play.
Robbie Bina knows all about that. The Fighting Sioux, he's not here. One of their players who suffered a vertebrae injury.
Yeah, sure hope he's doing well. He had surgery to repair the broken neck on Monday and came through that well. So, Robbie, know that everybody that's dressed in your colors out there is hoping to win one for you.
Here's Miller bringing it in. This is a 4-on-3 power play. All alone in front. Shot, save made and deflected wide. Great opportunity right there for Chris Bork. Bork, the freshman out of Cushman Academy, 10 goals, 13 assists on the year. He is a forward on this line with MacArthur and Weston. They're working on a power play. Bork just gave a pretty good bump right there as he came into the zone to Mike Perpich. Another hit on the far side wall. Boy, that could have been a penalty too. None called on that one though, as Ryan Weston hit it. Bork dumped it off far side. Shot. That one went wide. Another penalty coming. It looks like it's going to be on the Sioux as Bork picks it up. Extra skater is on the ice. Delayed call. Sent back into the corner.
Unbelievable.
There's the touch. And there's a hit.
See that chop by Matt Green?
Wow.
Got to tell you something. Yeah, I mean, it would be easy for a team that plays an attack type style in an aggressive game to melt down. But you can't melt down right now. This is unbelievable, the number of penalties being called.
We got 3 Fighting Sioux in the penalty box right now. McConnell's getting ready to come out. He's got 25 seconds left on his penalty. So there's going to be a sustained power play opportunity for Boston University with Green going out of there in the cross check.
This is where we should point out that of all the conferences, Dave Hackstall's WCHA was considered to be the most lenient conference and league in how the penalties were called. In other words, they were more lenient, let more stuff go. So we wondered if it was going to be called tight here at the regionals and how the Fighting Sioux would react and if they would get themselves into trouble. They have right here.
Big time trouble. There's no score. They've got the advantage. The Sioux have in shots 8-2. But they are down here 2 men. And they're going to be down for another 3+ minutes. Came in front. This is what they've got to get. Quick clears. Kevin Kelp was there to knock that one away. It'll be handled at the other end. Curry held it up, and now Boston University will start it up ice again. Into the zone, MacArthur. Now McConnell's out of there. 2-man advantage. Shot and a save made. Great run in by Peter MacArthur for Boston University. 2-man advantage. Schaefer working it over to the point. Schaefer in the middle. Sends it in. That one got deflected wide. That'll pick that one up and dumped it off the far side. Held it at the point. Then sprang. He sent the aerial to the near side, but it gets blocked before any shot by Weston could be taken. 13 left on the 2-man advantage. Just past 2 wide. McConnell was cutting in, and it's cleared out of the zone.
It was a backdoor play that was all set up. The only thing that went wrong was Brian McConnell left too soon. He was cutting in sharply and couldn't reach back for the pass.
1:08 left to go in the 5-on-4 power play. Schaefer will send that into the wide side corner. Terriers still with the advantage here. These penalties pile up early in the game, and they're able to clear it out of the zone again. Smaybe, good job. Minneapolis, Minnesota native. Cleared it out of there for the Sioux. Miller works it back up. Boston University having trouble controlling its center, and that's going to be an icing call.
Now Matt Jones gets to come out of the penalty box. The 2 big oak trees for the Fighting Sioux, the Mats, Green and Jones, were both in the penalty box. Now Jones comes out. Green is still in there, but they were on that kill without 2 of their most valuable PK guys.
Interesting beginning to this game. We've had virtually no 5-on-5 from the get-go. No score. Boston College won the first game here in the East with a 5-4 victory over Mercyhurst. And Boston College will play the winner of this game tomorrow night, 8 o'clock here in the Eastern region. Colgate was beaten by Colorado College also earlier in the day. Power play still underway by BU. Shot on. Quick save into the corner.
No screen, though. That was an easy one for Jordan Parise.
Parise just reached out and blocked that one. The Sioux need one more clear here with 24 seconds left. They don't get it. Bork brought it back into the zone. Gets some help along the point on the coverage. Good play by McConnell to get back there. One-timer save made. Parise in the middle. Shot deflected. Rebound still loose. Shot up over the net by McConnell, and it went into the netting. Pretty good scramble. McConnell, 9 goals on the season, a senior.
I don't know if Parise got a piece of that shot or not, but McConnell threw his head back because he wanted to go high. He had the time, too. The puck came right out to him on a failed clear. Right after that.
Right after that.
Right after that. And somewhere in the archives of NCAA Division I hockey, you will see that play one day. You will see it. Oh, yes.
BU Terrier fans on hand. There's a smattering of those from Dakota that have come out to see their Fighting Sioux battle here in this game.
But we do love our producer and director in the truck. They're the best. They're the best.
Done today.
Yeah.
Oh, mercy, you better believe it. Still held in. Sullivan knocks it deep. Power play is over. They do not convert. And we're finally back to 5-on-5 hockey, but how long will it last? Swung out and missed by Brian McQuirk that time. McQuirk, a freshman, had a bouncing puck he couldn't get to. The Sioux want to change it up, so it'll be sent in by Matt Green wide of the net. Now they'll put some forechecking pressure on. They try and bring some heat here and get control of the puck. Terriers, with all the power play opportunities of late, had the puck down there in their offensive end much of the first. Move back in on the left side. Looking into the middle, couldn't find anybody open there. North Dakota's had James Mason play a pretty good first period so far.
He is dancing. He is dancing.
Fabian trying to get it back to Mason, who was in the middle. Maybe moves up to help hold it in. Fabian came over to get it. So we're talking about James Mason. Backhander and a save made by Curry. And it's swept to the side, but not out. Maybe able to hold it in again. Line stays out there with Fabian, a sophomore, Kennedy, a senior, and Mason, a senior. That'll be whistled along the boards. First period, 6:50 left to go, and the shots are 9-5 in favor of the Fighting Sioux, but no score.
With their own band on hand, their own pep band, Boston University, and we say that because if you missed the first game, Mercyhurst and their Lakers actually had to rent the Shrewsbury High School pep band to have one here, but not BU.
And they did a great job.
Yep.
Not quite enough, but what a game Mercyhurst played, losing by just one to the heavily favored Boston College Eagles. 5-on-5 hockey here, 6:40 left to go in the period. Fighting Sioux in white able to hold this in. A little help along the wall. Boy, trying to get this puck out in front, though. Genoway 29. There's your leading scorer for North Dakota. Left back to McMahon in the corner. Nowhere to go as Miller moves up on him. Very tight defense being played. And Canaro put a hit on over there. Had it knocked away. The Sioux just can't find any room to either skate or pass the puck. And that flip will end up in the seats, and the faceoff will come back in the North Dakota zone. This is a very tight first period.
Everybody hopes that the guys that can get it done offensively can get it done. And Brian Miller, the senior from Wayne, New Jersey, who's a defenseman for Boston University, is just about as good as he gets. Might be BU's best player all around. He's their QB on the power play. He led the Terriers in assists. This is the time of year where your dancers had better be ready to dance and your singers have to sing.
First all Hockey East team for him, obviously. Mort comes out to take the face-off here. Chris Mort, freshman.
Watch him on the power play, too, when BU gets their next power play, and I know there'll be one. When he brings the puck up ice, he looks just like his dad, the way he skates. He's only 5'9", so he doesn't have raised size. But boy, he's reminiscent of his dad's style, lugging the puck up the ice.
He's over there working in the corner right now with Ryan Weston. Near side wall. MacArthur trying to find some room. Peter MacArthur announcing, "I will be back." Sent back out to center. Broken stick. Locked away. Weston was going to go with it, and then the stick broke. 5:43 left here in this 5-on-5. Long pass. No two-line pass, so you go for those if you think you got somebody. Spirko, somebody you want to go to, number 11, a freshman who had 16 goals for North Dakota during the season. Again, the Terriers, I mean, they are right in the jerseys here. There's simply no room to move. John Sullivan was over there and had that puck frozen up against the wall. Sullivan again jammed it up to the point. Sioux able to hold it in, but no shot. When they've had the puck in the offensive end, all they've done is work along the boards. Smaybe trying to get a shot off, waited too long. North Dakota gets the puck on the stick and you're open at all. You better let it go. Perpich the hit from Roach as he dumped it into the zone. And again, Terriers will clean it right back out. This has been a dump and chase first period.
It's been a dump and chase game, but it's been a well-played game defensively. I mean, if you're looking for breakdowns, there haven't been many.
John Sullivan again in there. Sullivan, number 4, putting the hit on. Filling moved it up to the point. Another shot, Ryan Kennedy. Wow, there are some really good hits going on. McConnell came back to help out. Perpich will sweep that one in for North Dakota. Terriers get back, though, and cover it up. Kevin Kelp back there. Crowd for either side has had very little to cheer about here, as these teams are just working the heck out of it. That does not put anything on the board. Slovic sends that one back deeper into the zone. Sioux are there to take possession, and we'll move it out. McQuirk, 22, went down, got right back up, as he cleared it out of the zone. That one right through the paint, near side, and another penalty coming, a delayed call. The touch-up will be made back in behind the net. Miller.
Oh, it's against North Dakota.
It's going to be against North Dakota. It's a cross-checking call, whatever it is. I'm not sure who it's against. We'll find out when we come back. Now 0-0, another power play. Mason goes for cross-checking at 16:10. Father on hand, Ray Bork, with his son playing out there in this game. Chris Bork. Ray's on the big screen, getting a nice hand from the fans.
Run, Ray, but you can't hide. Hi, Ray. One of the great all-time hockey players in the history of the sport.
Dad watching here at the DCU Center in Worcester. Our second game with BC having won one. Now another power play opportunity. Boston University gets it. Schaefer took the hit. Burford's got a piece of him. Players are continuing to hit despite the calls that have been made here in this game. Berti heads to the net after passing. Back up on top. Shot. Schaefer deflected into the corner. Terriers. Back into the middle. Berti open. His shot just went wide on the short side. Goalie back in behind the net, lost control of it. Cleared back up to Schaefer. They work the point. Spang. Schaefer. Save made off the left pad. Rebound through the paint and wide.
Good save by Parisi. But if I'm Jack Parker, the coach of BU, I'm remembering what he said when I chatted with him a couple of days ago, and he said, look, our power play is not as good as it looks.
Another penalty
on
an elbowing call, an obstruction elbowing call against the Terriers. So that's going to eliminate their power play opportunity.
It looked like it was just a little nudge.
Berti gets the call.
Well, so much for the power play. Jack Parker doesn't have to worry about his power play, but he said our power play is not as good as it looks. Sometimes we overpass. We're young. I mean, listen, one of the issues with his freshman group is, look, we've got more energy, we've got more skill, we've got more speed. It's hard to just generate poise until you earn it through maturity or learn it through maturity.
He is up for Coach of the Year in the nation because of the job that he did with this team this year. It was so young. It was not expected to be a contender. And here they are in the final 16. Cleared back through center and knocked down. Actually, the Sioux may have broken up their own scoring chance right there. Andy Snyder.
Match maybe fell down. I think it's probably the best thing he could have done because he's so tall. He just took up so much ice he couldn't get the pass through.
4-on-4. Roach was waiting in front. Shot save made. Rebound deflected away. Terriers have the other chance. Sean Sullivan along the blue line opportunity. 4-on-4. North Dakota's going to get a power play in another 30 seconds. It'll be a power play that will be under a minute in time. Marise holds that one up behind the net for Green. Matt Green, their captain. Came back to get it. Near side knocked away. Schaefer deflected back out in front. Curry was able to reach out and knock it away. We're still in a 4-on-4 setting. We just had that one pickpocketed. And another penalty. Bork at the break. This is on BU. This is going to be a delayed call. Right into the zone, and there's the whistle. And another penalty. And the fans are booing.
Well, this is going to mean a 5-on-3 power play for the Fighting Sioux of North Dakota for 48 seconds.
Peter MacArthur heads to the sin bin.
Well, MacArthur just got his arm out with a little tug. Ray liked it. You can tell.
Yes, sir, Bob. You must keep your stick down on the ice.
And your free hand. That looked like a free hand tug to me, and that's what got called.
That's going to get you in trouble. Two-man advantage, North Dakota. Minute 49 left to go in the period. They've got 48 seconds on the two-man advantage.
It's their third power play. They started the period with the first 2 power plays of the game. Then BU had 5. And now a 5-on-3 for North Dakota.
Genoway Fior got to shoot here. Take the chances. Genoway does. Their leading scorer, but he shot that one right into the fenceman in front of him as it was knocked away. Vandergolik was there. Genoway again drops it. Shot. That one went wide. Not getting it on net. Nick Fior. Fewer in the middle, lost control of it. It'll be swept out of there by Dan Spang. 14 left on the two-man advantage. Spirko moved it back in. He can fly and he can shoot. Stafford looking for a chance. Spirko going to the offside post. Couldn't get open. Fewer stays out there along the blue line. Genoway trying to drop it off. Now a 5-on-4 power play. 57 seconds in the period. Score! Just snuck that one through on a quick shot. Drew Stafford.
And I think one of the Boston University defensemen was crossing in front of John Curry as the shot was launched. It had 5-hole written all over it. And this one wasn't how hard, it was the quick release that was the surprise element that was the key. So finally, one of these teams is struck on a power play. He just swung around. There's no question John Curry was screened by his own guys, and I think he was screened by 2 of them. As Stafford swung around, he just launched it, and it may have even deflected off the inside of the shin pad of Jakob's red lease for Boston University.
They whistle, little tugging going on. MacArthur's going to get chased. 5 power play goals for Stafford coming into the game. He adds another here as Stafford now has 12 goals on the season, and North Dakota takes a 1-0 lead with that goal coming in the final minute of the period, and it is a power play goal. And that's going to be whistled on the icing as Green went back to get it. Well, it took a while, but with all these power plays.
No kidding. On the 8th power play of the period, North Dakota finally struck.
Stafford, there he is, number 18. 19:05, the time of the goal. Fewer gets the assist, the only assist on the goal.
Sometimes, rather than looking for the perfect play or the pretty play, the smart play is the way to go, and that's what Drew Stafford did. He saw the screen, he missed the screen, he ended up with the puck in the back of the net.
Sioux trying to hold it in their own zone. McMahon was back there to get it. McMahon in the corner, getting a little help. Terriers, 28 seconds left to go in their own end here. Chris Bork, 19, along the wall, still jamming away for it. Mason had moved in. Mason trying to get to it. It'll be rolled out of the zone. Winner moves on to play. Boston College sent back in by Mason, knocked away by Curry, and that's going to bring us to within 3 seconds to the end of the period. That's where it's going to end. 11-7 the shots in favor of North Dakota. More importantly for the Fighting Sioux, Stafford's got the only goal. A 1-0 lead after a period here in Worcester.
But Jordan Parise at times was tested, and we talked about Parise being in the zone. To me, the puck looks real slow and real big to Jordan Parise right now. For that matter, John Curry as well, but Curry had a screen and a deflection go between his legs. But it was all about special teams in the first period, at least time played. It's only a 1-0 hockey game. Shots relatively even, and surprisingly low shots given all the power plays we had. Scoring chances dead even. Face-offs advantage Fighting Sioux. But finally, one of the power play chances broke through. 1 for 4. North Dakota went on their power play. And Boston University can look back on that first period and say, gosh, if we'd only gotten one on the power play, they had 5 chances.
We had a lot of blocked shots in that period, especially by the Terriers against North Dakota. We'll be back. Our first intermission coming up from Worcester, where it's a 1-0 North Dakota lead. There's Dad on the phone, Raymond Bork. We know the one person he isn't talking to right now is Chris Bork, because Chris Bork is talking to us. Chris, thanks for taking time to join us here. How about the first period? About what you expected from the Sioux?
Yeah, I mean, we knew they were going to be a good team. We knew we were going to have to battle hard for this one, and it's been a good first period for us so far.
What about the penalties, Chris? I mean, did you guys, after the first game, let's face it, there were 16 power plays. Did Coach Parker talk to you guys about trying to make sure you stayed out of the box, because the first period in this game was all special teams too?
Yeah, I mean, we knew that they were going to call it tight. They've been doing it all year, and obviously they're going to do it in the big games too. So.
Well, you had 5 chances on your power play. Are you generating the scoring chances that you need to on the power play?
Yeah, I mean, we're right there. I mean, a few lucky bounces, they could have got a goal or two, but we'll be back in the second. We're going to pop a few home.
It's just going to be one of those tough, grinded out games, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard till the last buzzer, and we're not going to give up.
All right, Chris, thanks very much. Great to see you, and congratulations on a great season.
Thanks.
Chris Mork joining us, Boston University. Let's have some of the other coaches involved here in the East region have a word about Jackie Parker and the BU Terriers.
BU to me, and I don't know all that much about any of the schools, but you know, BU to me seems to be just a good, hard-working, blue-collar kind of team that really has a handful of offensive kids that you know, that can win. And obviously, someone like Jackie Parker coaching, and certainly Jerry York coaching, you know, those teams are very, very well you know, coached and schooled, and you know, they're going to be great opponents for anybody.
BU were the most familiar with of the three teams, and certainly they've done a marvelous job this year, coming from a 8th place team last year to a challenge for the crown this year. They're very deep, very talented, and have an outstanding goaltender in the Curry boy.
Obviously, they're a good hockey team. I'm sure in their league playoffs didn't finish the way they wanted to, but they've got some dangerous players up front. They've got some skilled guys that are able to finish. They're very solid, I think, in all three zones, and certainly Curry and net has been very good for them. So they are what you expect at this time of year, a real good, solid playoff hockey team.
All about the Boston University Terriers. There you see the number that they put up during the regular season. They play in Hockey East. They are an at-large berth that has got them here to the NCAA. Lost in the semifinals of the conference tournament, but they have a long history of being here. 28th appearance, tied for second in NCAA appearances in Division I hockey. Located out of Boston, founded in 1839. Almost 30,000 students are there with the Terriers right downtown Boston, and an opportunity right now to meet some of the current Boston University players.
Hi, I'm Brian McConnell from Norfolk, Massachusetts. I'm a senior forward on Boston University, and my major is history. The biggest influence on my hockey career when I was growing up was my father. He taught me about how to play the game, and he taught me little things that made me a better player. When I was 13 years old, my Pee Wee team, the South Shore Kings, won the World Pee Wee Tournament in Quebec City. Last year, we only won 12 games. We used it as motivation this summer during the workouts. But once the season started this year, we were confident again. If I was to describe myself as a player, I'd say I was a solid two-way player who's not very flashy, but gets the job done.
Hi, my name is Matt Radoslavich from Wanakee, New Jersey. I'm a senior forward on Boston University. My major is psychology. When I was about 10 years old, I got to play a game at Madison Square Garden. As a Ranger fan, that was a great thrill. I really wasn't recruited out of high school, but Coach Parker gave me an opportunity to walk on and try out. Coaches and players made me feel part of the team right away, and since then it's been practice, 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 and now I've been a part of this team for 4 years. As a player, I have a hard work ethic and very determined. I'm a defensive player on the ice.
Hi, my name is Chris Bork. I'm from Tossfield, Mass. 19 years old, left wing. As a player, I'd say I'm fast, feisty, get in your face, and I can create some stuff on the power play. I'm one of 12 freshmen, and we treat each other as a family. We have fun together, and we just motivate each other to be the best that we can. Everyone knows my dad's a famous hockey player. You know, sometimes there's a little pressure there, but you know, it has its upside too, so I wouldn't say it's a bad thing.
My name's John Curry. I'm a sophomore goaltender for Boston University. I'm an econ major. I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'd like to call myself a technical goaltender. I'd like to stay square to the shooter, maintain some athletic ability in my game, but use my leg strength as much as possible. When I'm on top of my game, I feel really confident. You know, you want the shooter to shoot. You're not afraid. You're not hesitant. You're dialed in, and you're really focused. I was at the game in 2002 where Minnesota beat Maine in the finals. It was a very exciting college hockey game. It was when I knew I wanted to be at a big-time school to be able to participate in the NCAA tournament and have a shot at a national title.
And here it is at the end of the first period. North Dakota ahead 1-0. Second period coming up shortly, and more power plays, we imagine.
Here in Worcester, we are delighted to welcome to our broadcast a former Terrier. Boston University, 1995, was playing. Travis Roy is his name. An injury that not only took him out of hockey, but created a paralysis which he has overcome in his life. Travis, it is great to have you with us. Welcome aboard.
Thanks so much. It's great to hear your voices again. It's been a long winter without hearing them.
I'm glad somebody likes to hear us talk.
We were just worried that we'd forgotten how to do this, Travis. So if you were listening in the first couple of periods in the first game, you can give us a critique anytime you want.
You guys are doing a great job.
What'd you think of the first period?
A lot of power plays, penalty kills, get it done. I liked what we saw. Both teams settling, and it'll be interesting to see what we see this period.
Pretty well played defensively too, wasn't it?
Good defense. North Dakota, they're big, they're strong. Both teams, as they settle down. I'd like to see some more from the young freshmen at BU and see if they can make things happen this period.
Your former coach, Jack Parker, looking on here. Travis is going to stay with us for this second period as we get set to go. 12-7 the shots in favor of the Sioux in that first period of play. And we are underway. A 1-0 lead. Stafford getting the goal. That'll be tipped in and went through Green. LaLiberty dumped it back into the corner. The Sioux, white and green uniforms, the red of the Terriers off the far side. Canaro got tagged over there and moved it along the wall. A lot of this game has been played along the wall for both of these teams. Venaway could not get to it. Centering pass got blocked. LaLiberty moved it up the near side wall and again taken out of the play. Back into the zone. We start out the very way that the first period was played. Red Lease had gone back to help out, trying to spring somebody in the middle. Nowhere to go. LaLiberty got knocked off by Matt Green. Where they're playing in your face, both sides here, and these turnovers, that's where something's going to come from. Shot, save made. Brise holding the post. Rebound kick back into the slot. Schaefer trying to line it up for a shot. Spang sends it back into the corner. Great opportunity right there. Ewing knocked it away, but they can't hold it in the zone. And cleared out. First opportunity right there offensively. Fabian run off the puck in the far end. Spang tried to clear it out of there, could not. Dump back into the middle. Line change going on behind it. Roach sent it in. Knocked away again on the save. Brise able to knock that one down. And Spang will chase this one. They wave off in the ice. A long pass to Roach. Roach sends it into the corner. Both teams were changing here. Boy, it is tough moving right there. There's just no room. Weston along the wall. I mean, you can do that all night. Nothing happens when you're skating that way along the wall. You're just getting a lot of black and blues. And that's what both teams are forcing because they're playing such tight defense.
You know, Boston University knew that they would spend a lot of time in this game with their faces up against the glass because that's the way North Dakota likes to leave you. But the BU guys have been able to look, they're still in the zone. Now the puck gets out. But you got to be patient, you got to have courage, and you got to be strong enough to withstand that face against the glass mentality that North Dakota wants to dictate.
Travis, this is tough for goaltenders, a game like this where you spend so much time watching.
Well, I mean, you got the power play, so they're getting some shots on that. But certainly, I think it meant a lot to get settled in. I know John Curry's done a great job as a rock on, as you guys mentioned earlier. He's made some big saves earlier, and I think it gets a lot easier once you get into the rhythm of the game.
And he just made another one. John Curry, that time Stafford, who has the only goal, got it for the Fighting Sioux and almost got his second one right there as he went careening in straight through the middle. Matt Green was able to hold it in. Hit on the far side. Radoslavich able to hold his man up. Comes through center and not easily. There doesn't seem to be any spot on this ice where anybody could move. Shot on. Brise blocked that one. Rebound bounce. No shot. As a result, McQuirk was skating in, but the bouncing puck went right over his stick.
I think Jordan Brise got a little chunk of it with the blade of his stick, and it bounced away from Brian McQuirk.
They're able to clear that one through the middle. Canaro moved it back into the corner. Maybe went over there on him, moving the glass up and down. Canaro trying to move it up to the point, couldn't get it there. Purpose was there to take it away. And the Fighting Sioux moved it back into the zone. Spang put the hit on against the boards over there. Just chipped back into the corner. Purpose trying to hold it in down on the ice, and there it will be whistled.
Won't have that much time with the puck, so you better get rid of your shot quickly. Oh, real nifty play there, and a good chance by Brian McConnell.
Hey guys, when we got a break, I'd like to say hello to Robbie Beanett. Ironic in that my injury occurred against North Dakota. North Dakota fans were just tremendous in the support they gave me after my accident and the years following. So just want to send my best wishes to Robbie.
Yep, and Robbie suffered a broken neck and went through surgery on Monday.
Was able to get to see the team off. Actually made it back so that he was there. The players for North Dakota were just obviously amazed that he was there and felt as though it was just such a rallying point for them to have him show up.
Travis, do you shudder when you see a player go into the boards in what looks like a potentially dangerous position?
I do just that. You know, hitting from behind, obviously one of the more dangerous plays in hockey. Every time it makes me shudder and always concerned. But fortunately, we've got some tough penalties hitting from behind, major penalties, and you know we've made this game very safe. Fortunately.
Big man working in the corner, number 10 out there in white, able to keep it alive as he dumped it deep, then got taken out of the play by McConnell. Third around the far side, stepping up Matt Jones, trying to hold it in and did. Turn around, shot, score! Deflected out in front of the net, Colby Genoway. Their leading scorer with 39 points and 11 goals during the season.
And you think he can smell turnovers and know to hang back a little bit? And the puck got up high. It looked like it was going to get out of the zone, and all Genoway did was stop in front of the paint. Look at this. I'm going to stop, and it's going to come right to me. And a perfect one-time deflection up and over John Curry. Curry couldn't react in time. And North Dakota now has a 2-0 lead.
And an even strength goal at that. So the Fighting Sioux get it on their 13th shot of the game, and a good deflection. That's just hard work. Erling dropped that one off. Now the Terriers, MacArthur dumped it into the corner. This is what Travis Roy was talking about. These young players of Boston University now have got to dig in. They've not been in this kind of a situation for a long time. That one sprung free at center. Zajac gets shot, the save made. Curry on that one. Travis Zajac had the opportunity. Whipped in on Parise wide of the net. There's nobody there for BU, so he had to drop it off and leave it as the Terriers were changing it up. Genoway's 12th goal picked up from McMahon and Jones at the 4:01 mark. Scored on the first shot of the period for North Dakota. Well, that's making them count. Loose off the far side, but now Boston University's got to find a way. Monahan moved it out of there, and that's going to be whistled on the offside. The Boston College Eagles await the winner of this game to play in the East Final that will come tomorrow night. Right now, North Dakota up. North Dakota's got the 2-0 lead over Boston University. Travis Roy, former Terrier, joining us here. What now? Travis, what is your former team got to do to get this thing going their way?
Well, you guys have talked a lot about Chris Bork, and I got to tell you, it's been a lot of fun to watch him play this year. We talk about good players, and what they have is the anticipation. They move the puck, they see the ice better than anybody else, and they go to the net. And hopefully before the end of this game, we're going to see Chris do a little bit more of that.
Yeah, down 2-0. There are 6 freshman forwards in the lineup for Boston University, as well as a freshman defenseman. The spotlight is shining brightly on what is their most, right now, their most pressurized situation they've faced in college hockey.
Boy, they've come out with a very aggressive forecheck after that break. And you saw John LaLiberty go careening into the corner. Jack Parker may figure now, in order to get a chance, he's got to get a turnover off a forecheck here in the offensive zone.
And what North Dakota is absolutely going to do, they have to play a disciplined game right now. And mentioned earlier that Dave Haxtell, their coach, said, look, discipline's as important to us as anybody. We still want to play an aggressive game. But with a 2-0 lead, a power play is exactly what would get Boston University back into it. Even though they've gone 0 for 5 so far, they'll take another crack at it.
LaLiberty moves in to take the face-off against Genoway. McMahon, Porter, and Genoway first line, and
here it is.
Penalty, and here's the chance. No sooner said than done.
Well, we had just played about 5 minutes, I believe, without a power play, so I felt we were due.
Matt Jones back in. The senior played at Green Bay in the USHL.
Following up on Chris Bork, he does a great job anchoring the power play. Puck movement is twice what it is compared to their second unit, so look forward to seeing some good puck movement. John LaLiberty usually plants himself up front, and big guy, hard to move, and He's poked in a lot of goals on the power play this year.
And he is on that face-off. They won it, but they could not hold it in.
Travis, does Chris shoot as much as Ray? Because Ray used to just wind up and fire.
He leads the team, and I think he's missed 5 games, so if that tells you anything.
Here you go.
He had 112 shots. There were 4 players with over 100, and as you say, Travis, nobody had more than he did. The penalty interference call at 5:20. 0 for 5 on the power play so far for Boston University. So they have got to get that going. They were 37th in the nation on the power play. Miller near side. They send it into the middle. Had an opening shot. Save made. Oh, what a big time save right there by Parise. There was a lot of room in the middle slot area, and they got it there for the chance.
Yep. The right guys are getting the opportunities too.
Down here at ice level, Parise looks real strong, just squaring up with the shots. Not a lot of rebounds. You can see why he's run what is it, 8 games in a row now, 9 games.
Yeah, but he's not supposed to get it done that way, Travis, is he? I mean, he's not supposed to be a technique guy, and he's supposed to give rebounds. He looks pretty darn solid to me.
Bang able to hold that one in along the boards. Up in the air, Ewing. That one banged right off the side of the net by Andy Schneider. Shot, save again, and it rolls in, and it's held on to. Brian McConnell, the captain, with the opportunity.
But Jordan Parise is absolutely in the zone. Seeing everything, anticipating everything. And this from a kid whose dad, J.P. Parise, former NHLer, tried to keep out of the goal. You know, when there were kids playing, 7-, 8-year-olds, you take turns going into goal. Well, he put Jordan in against the best teams in hopes that he would just get shelled. It didn't happen. He shut out the best team. Then he had a 1-goal game the next game, and he loved it, and he became a goalie. But JP was trying to cure him.
That's La Liberty shot, another save. Parise able to knock that one away. Boy, he has been hot. Power play's got 44 seconds left for the Terriers. Spang on the near side, trying to find a hole. Shot, Parise covers. No! Goal! It got rebounded in by Brian McConnell.
Boy, I'll tell you, this entire sequence had about 5 or 6 things that almost went wrong. It's almost like it was a goal of destiny, because there was a shot right there. It looked like it was going to get cut. Then that shot was fanned on. Then it looked like Jordan Parise was going to squeeze off the puck and get a whistle. It squirted out of his grasp. And finally, right to the tape of number 9, Brian McConnell, who really roofed it. What a heads-up goal scorer's goal. Right in close near the paint, and ripped it to the roof over a Jordan Parise who was face down on the ice. I mean, that thing could have broken down 3 different times.
Well, that was a pretty good power play, Travis.
Great job getting that puck up in close corners like that. But those are the big guys. They got to get in front of the goalie and make things happen.
And that puts him right back in the game as it makes it 2-1. He was their leading power play goal scorer with 7, tied with La Liberty during games coming into this. They review all goals in college hockey. So while the review is going on now, the other thing to remember is you cannot be in the paint. This goal may be disallowed. The old rule that used to be in the NHL.
Well, unless you're pushed in or in the paint against your own will. And La Liberty was in there, but it looked like he stood to turn around to see what was going on with McConnell.
This is a decision that's made. There is no goal. They're waving it off. They are waving off the goal as Boston University had a man in the crease when the goal was scored.
Tough break, but there's no doubt he's right in the middle of the crease.
Yeah, without question. And somewhere there are Buffalo Sabres fans saying, you know what? Why didn't we get that call too? 1999 Stanley Cup against the Dallas Stars when Brett Hull scored the winner.
Wow, that is a really tough break for the Terriers. These goals are not going to come. They're hard enough to get anyway.
Right.
To have one taken away.
Plus, it would have gotten their power play on track, which I think would have been just as important as getting on the board.
Well, 36 seconds still remains on the power play as they put that back up on the clock. 36 seconds. And Boston University, instead of making it 2-1, still trail by a score of 2-0. Vandergolik had it in the corner. Lelevity took the hit over there, cleared up the near side.
Matt Green broke his stick, number 2 for the Fighting Sioux on the play, and now he's in front with that one.
Miller. Oh, that one just knocked away. Parise trying to shove that one through the 5-hole, couldn't get it there.
Matt Green took his man so hard he shattered his own stick against the boards between his check and the boards.
3 seconds left on the Boston University power play. That goes into the seats. Power play is over. They got one, they lost it, and they do not get it back.
The next goal is a big one, certainly. 3-0 versus 2-1. It would have been nice to have that last one as a Homer BU fan that I am.
Travis, these teams, as we mentioned, don't play a lot anymore, but there's really a rivalry, is there not, with North Dakota and BU?
It sure is. We've had some big games against them. Unfortunately, we also lost in the NCAA finals, the 97, I believe it was, up in Milwaukee. But they've always had just great teams, and what a great facility they have out there in North Dakota. I hear about all the time.
Yeah, that is a beauty. They always have a top-notch program going. Face-off won by the Sioux, but they have trouble clearing it out of there. Fans wanted another call on the far side, will not get it. Fabian, Kennedy, and Mason are out there for North Dakota. Chipped away, back in behind the net. Turnaround, Mason knocked away, and a save made. Good work by Curry on a quick turnaround shot. That'll be whistled on the icing call.
Travis, while we have a second, can you tell us about your foundation?
I'd love to. I was, after my accident, because of all the goodwill that my family and I received, we decided to start a foundation. The Travis Roy Foundation raises money for spinal cord research and gives out grants to other spinal cord injured survivors. They'll purchase wheelchairs, voice-activated computers, all the things that have made my life so much easier, trying to give other people the same chance. We've got a website, TravisRoyFoundation.org, and certainly appreciate all the support out there from the hockey fans across the country.
Good for you, Travis, and great to see not only how you battle back against it, but how active you are. You're out on the road speaking a lot, are you not? You do a lot of that?
I'm enjoying it. I do a lot of motivational speaking, some high schools, some colleges, some trying to add a couple zeros to the end of the. But I've enjoyed doing the motivational speaking, and it's given me a great career opportunity. But we'll be back for some more hockey.
North Dakota leading it by a score of 2-0. Boston College beat Mercyhurst 5-4 in the first game here. Colorado College defeated Colgate out in Grand Rapids. Those games, the only ones that are complete. We'll keep you posted on the other games that are being played. This one will decide who goes against BC, and we'll see who comes away between Wisconsin and Michigan to face Colorado College. That one off the face-off trickles in on Curry, and he's able to knock it away. How about Curry's season, Travis? This has been a very pleasant surprise, huh?
It's really fun to see a walk-on, a true walk-on. Just he's always in position to make the save. He's always square to the shooter, lets the puck hit him. Maybe a couple too many rebounds, but he makes that first save. As long as defensemen clear the puck away, he's in good shape.
5'11", 183. Plays a little bigger than that. He is a sophomore. John Curry in net, and that's going to be whistled as that came outside the line.
Kind of interesting how John Curry got his chance too. The first game of the season, Stefan Seawick started. Then Carson Gillespie started game 2, and they got shellacked in both of those. And BU was really in disarray after their first 2 games. They lost them both. They came back, and Jack Parker said to Mike Garagosian, the goalie coach at practice, he said, well, okay, now it's time to earn the big bucks, which is a joke because Garagosian doesn't get paid. He said, who do I start on the weekend? And Garagosian said, well, I can't tell you that Curry is a #1 goalie, but I can tell you he's our #1.
Scores! A deflected pass that came to the front of the net, and Rory McMahon was there. And there is a very big goal. It is a 3-0 lead for North Dakota.
And as Travis was pointing out, next goal being big, it looked like it was going to be BU's goal, but moments ago they had theirs waved off. And now North Dakota has made it a 3-0 game. The hole is very deep, and the sides of the hole are greasy right now for BU. No coverage on the weak side. Colby Genoway is an offensive force. Number 29 for the Fighting Sioux, has great hands, great vision. Not only a good scorer, as he's already done in this game, but he set that one up.
And a penalty coming on the Sioux. You saw the trip. Arm went up. Drew Stafford's going to go. Extra skater will get out on the ice here. Nope, it won't. There'll be an icing call here instead. But Boston University is going to get another chance. They will go on the power play.
It's the second goal on the back door. North Dakota's doing a great job hanging around the net, putting it in when they get their chances.
They've got Curry turning his head a little bit, Travis, when that puck is behind the net. And he's not able to get back in position when they get it back out in front.
And again, the strength of them bumping the puck around down low and popping it out front.
You know what they do too? Their middle guy will sometimes drive the opposing defenseman right back into the paint. That's how aggressively North Dakota likes to play. And then if they can thread a pass through that traffic in front, well, John Curry is not looking behind him, and the defenseman's already been occupied by that center guy driving the paint. It's all part of the plan for North Dakota to play it aggressively.
Stafford at 8:47 on the high stick. Now BU really needs 11 minutes to go here in the second period. They are down 3-0. McMahon got that goal. Porter and Genoway on the assists at 8:29 for a 3-0 lead. The power play for Boston University. They continue to pile up.
0 for 6. 0 for 6, is it?
7th power play out there right now. They're being outshot 17-15. They need one. They're sending their D in. Miller was skating in front, leaving only one man back. Shot gets blocked, and it clears out of the zone. Well, the Terriers, the Sioux can be more aggressive now in this penalty kill with a lead, being up 3-0. Miller dumped that one in. Rolls back up the near side. Knocked away by Ewing. Back in behind the net. Nowhere to go with it. McConnell, who had the goal taken away, is out there. Shot deflected wide. Roach trying to get to the front of the net. Again dumped in on the near side boards. Roach with it. Kenny Roach. And Miller can't hold it in.
Well, the fact that Boston University is 0 for 6 on their power play, to me, is the reason they're down 3-0. If they can't get it going, they're not going to have a chance in this game. They have to start getting something going in the power play.
We said they did not have a good power play during the season, ranking 37th in the league. That one got knocked away. There was room there on the net, but McConnell could never get a stick on that. Spang sends it in. That went through. Save made. Parise knocked it away. And the Sioux will move it out. Short-handed for another 20 seconds. He'll feather that one in. Spang's going to come back to get it. We'll get a little help back there. Schaefer help move it out of the zone. Ward down the middle. Ward waiting, taking, one save, rebound, knocked away again. Parise stayed on his knees and knocked the rebound away.
Took that one up high and might have even hit him in the chin or the mask.
Parise looks strong in net. Is at the other end that Curry's had 2 shutouts in the Hockey East tournament, back-to-back shutouts. He's the one giving up 3 in this game. Length of the ice, and that is going to be another icing call with a power play over. So they do not convert. 0 for 7 on the advantage. Obviously, if you're in the East, you're an official of the teams or whatever. Everyone around here is hoping it's BC BU. BC won the first game, but North Dakota's having something to say about the other one.
A couple of people in Grand Forks, I'm just imagining, are saying, we don't care about an all Boston final in the East Regional.
You better believe they don't.
No, they are. Just watch them play. Watch how much confidence they seem to play with. And remember, this was a team that was really on the bubble to make the tournament a month and a half ago, and have just consistently gotten better in all departments, from scoring to D to their goaltender.
Jack Parker trying to figure out what to do here to get something up on the board with 1 goal wiped out by being in the crease. How was it, Travis, playing for Jack Parker? I mean, a legend in college hockey now.
You know, I spent more time after my accident going down in the locker room and in between periods and kind of following up with him. And it amazed me how quickly he could break down the game. Whether it was the forecheck wasn't working or the breakout wasn't working. And I always thought, you know, you got to change the whole system. And it amazed me as it's just moving the winger from the hash marks to the top of the blue line on the breakout. It's something that simple that changes the passing lane, that all of a sudden that breakout's flowing and you're moving again. But just a great job breaking down the game, simplifying it. And he's done a great job. Certainly a lot of great alumni have come out underneath him.
He probably doesn't want to know how many games he's coached. 32 years worth, 715 wins. The winningest active coaches in Division I are here in Jerry York with the Eagles of Boston College and Boston University's Jack Parker. The Terriers back with it. Up ice, trying to find one here. Vandergolik along the boards. Big wipeout. Still pretty good hits being put on as the players try and keep the sticks down and make sure those hits along the wall come to the player facing them. Not the other way. Sean Sullivan out of Braintree, Mass. and St. Sebastian's working on defense. Line change just made results in the turnover. Kick back out to center. Kevin Kelk got that one out of there. Stand up check at center. Down goes Vandergolik. Little hanging on at center. The Liberty have poke checked away. Boy, there's no room here. Redleys forced to go back in behind the net out of Latvia. Redleys did not clear it out of the zone. Right in front, got deflected and fanned on once. Rebound shot, save made Curry. Curry's got it in the glove and he hangs on. Couple of chances down low that time. It's still a 3-0 Fighting Sioux lead. Young man wants to be a member of the band. He's ready to go. Just give me a chance. Call on me.
I can play. I can play, Coach.
Quentin Marcellus standing there waiting.
I mean, I can play the trumpet.
I love that. Come to the hockey game and he's watching the band and brought his own trumpet. That's pretty good. Boston University Terriers in red. They are trailing here. Trying to find a way to get through this always present defense of the Fighting Sioux. They were 11th nationally as a defensive team, giving up 2.29 a game. North Dakota was, and you can see why it is a real struggle to get through. Quinn Filling knocked that one down, forcing the Terriers back in their own end. There's another penalty coming up and another power play. Lee Marvin. He's going to go. Extra skater on the ice for the Terriers. There's the touch up. There's the whistle. And our game of specialty teams continues, and not much doubt about that one.
Really impressive job by Coach Dave Hackstall. They had a little bit of a shaky start this season, and he certainly turned things around. He was filling into some really big shoes. The previous coach, Dean Blaze, I want to say, and what an amazing program he built out there, and he's done a great job in his first year.
And Travis, he wasn't necessarily thrilled about being in the same regional as BU and BC both, but he said he was excited about being at a 200 by 85 rink. This is the only regional where at least one team is not having to adjust to an ice surface that's very different from the ice surface they're used to playing on. North Dakota's 200 by 85. This is 200 by 85. Why is that important? With that big, robust style that they play, offensively and defensively, they want a small ice surface.
That one off the outside of the net. Power play. Ewing had the chance. Spang with it. His shot deflected wide. Weston in front got a piece of it. Couldn't get it in. Sajak picks it up shorthanded. Sioux bring it back in onside. Stafford came over to help out and dumps it deep.
And you'll see Dave Hackstall, the head coach of North Dakota, use his best players to kill penalties. He doesn't go to fourth liners or third liners. You'll see all of his top offensive guys on the PK.
And they're going to get a lot of ice time in this game. 0 for 7 on the power play for Boston University. Terriers able to hold it in momentarily, but not long enough to do anything with it. Curry back in behind the net. Pretty good forecheck. Held. Great to have you with us here in Worcester for his second game of the day, where North Dakota's got the 3-0 lead over Boston University. Boston College won earlier 5-4 over Mercyhurst today. Terriers are on the power play. 5:40 left to go here in the second period. 43 left on the power play. Miller drops it. One-timer Borg. Save made. Kicked right back out. He does have that big wind-up blast. Brought it in, dumped it off. The Liberty wasn't ready for that. Bork over to hold it in. Chips it off the wall. The Liberty got it on a backhand hold right there. Miller cutting and a whistle.
And in the crease.
And in the crease again. Interfering with the goaltender. Boy, the Terriers right now, Travis, hurting themselves.
You're not going to win too many games 0 for 7 on the power play, and it's they're working hard. But again, I really think the strength of North Dakota, the senior class, being the freshmen, they played high school before this. 40-game schedule is a long schedule, especially when you're playing against 200-pound opponents.
Yeah, and in this case, some 220-pound opponents from the Fighting Sioux.
They have always been noted for that aspect of the game.
Big, strong, tough players.
The thing is now they're big, strong, tough, and fast. Shot. That one went wide. best scoring opportunities. Little room on the far side. McConnell low, but he missed the net. Tipped in. Ewing on the near side giving chase. Brian Ewing had it knocked away from him by Matt Green. Power plays over. They do not convert. That 3-0 lead still up there on the board. Green came in, put a little pick on. North Dakota will get the puck and move it up. 4:40 to go in the second period. Quinn Filling sends it ahead. Garbage chance. That one ripped wide. A lot of shots here. Both teams not getting them on net. Right back is Weston. Leaves it. Connell open. Shot. Wide of the net again. Had a screen set up in front. Kelty's pass is outside the line. They got to come back. Again, wide of the net. Kelty opportunity, couldn't get it there. Terriers really trying to put some heat on here now. They need one before this period is over. They do not want to go to the third, down 3-0. Back to get it. Kevin Kelt out of Brick, New Jersey. Sent in onside, played by MacArthur. MacArthur trying to leave it in the middle, couldn't. Kelt couldn't hold it in. Turnaround shot. MacArthur hits on the outside of the net. Adesanya had it, lost it. It'll be cleared. And it will be an icing call. A lot of effort by the team in red, but on the board, a big goose egg. All kinds of information in your program. As the Boston University Terriers trailing, they are the host school actually for this region. They've done a great job putting this together. Their staff helped out by other teams from Hockey East. And provided meals here that have been worthy of a king. Oh my gosh.
Fantastic.
That one chipped up in the air. Soft shell crab. Any place that serves that's all right by me. And they did today. And that was just for lunch. Moved up the far side. Terriers 5-on-5 hockey. 3:23 to go in the period. Spang fell down along the point. The Liberty goes back in behind the net. Spang fell down. They wanted to move the puck back to him. There he is, number 11, and gets back up. Shot got blocked. Stafford trying to race out of there. Will come back and get it. Stafford has scored one of the goals in this game to make it a 3-0 lead for North Dakota. Spang again able to send it in. The Terriers, every time they turn around, somebody is there just jamming away at them, giving them no room. They get back on side. Man sent that one into the corner. Chased around the boards by Brian Miller. Couldn't do anything with it. Stolen by McMahon. He falls down in the corner with a shot taken.
Maybe. What a big man and a tough guy. 6'5", 220.
Pinned him right up against the dasher from the point. Ripped wide of the net. One of their better chances. Nick Fuhrer took it. McConnell took it rather. McConnell moving in. North Dakota will take any of this that runs the clock off, and with the puck along the boards, not giving him any chances. Rink wide. Stafford there to intercept it. Stafford's been one of the better players all around in this game.
North Dakota is just so patient defensively. In other words, BU was along the wall. We mentioned that North Dakota likes to keep guys with their faces pinned up against the glass. They just do that patiently until they get the puck out. Now here they are on the other end.
Genoway's shot got blocked. Held in though. Green's got it. Green shot. That got deflected into the corner. And Boston University able to move it out of there. Weston got it out. Weston chases it all the way down into the zone. Ridden off. McMahon had it. Lost it. Played in by MacArthur. He gets pinned up. Look at how tight the defense is here. One step is all you get at most.
Yep.
MacArthur again got tied up. Sent it back out in front. Green is there. Green trying to ship it out through the middle. They tried to break up through center ice with Chris Porter, who was cutting. Take down far side. McMahon's got it. McMahon got pinned up.
A couple of big hits there by BU. Maybe that'll get them going. They need something, some kind of spark.
And Canaro, that'll be sent in. 1 minute left to go in the period. A 3-0 lead, though. North Dakota's got the advantage. Sent in. Sullivan puts a hit on Canada. He's running around all over the place now. Number 4, Sean Sullivan.
5'11", $186, and he's playing like he's about 230 right now.
A couple of cannonball shots. Sullivan trying to bring it out of the zone. Couldn't get there. held in by Mason. And through all of this, the clock keeps running. And the Sioux keep their lead. Back along the boards. Then away, is spun away, and he heads off to the bench to complete a line change here. Maybe sends it back in. Going back, puts the head on.
North Dakota's done what they needed to do, played physical. Good 40 minutes down, and great job, long ways from home.
Travis, they're just mucking it up, aren't they?
They're doing a great job. That's a long flight from North Dakota, and they're just showing his boss out there, doing a great job.
Wow. Travis Roy, we really enjoyed having you with us. It's great seeing you here, number one, but coming on board for a period, we deeply appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. It's I enjoyed it. Hopefully the North Dakota fans can forgive any of my partisan thoughts, but I enjoyed it, and good luck to both teams.
We know you want to do some of this. Hope it works for you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Travis.
Travis Roy joining us here, a former Boston University Terrier, whose club right now will go into the third period down by a score of 3-0. If you go by the seedings in this, North Dakota would have been the favorite. Here in the East, they were seeded number 2, and Boston University was seeded number 3. And right now that is holding up as the Fighting Sioux have the 3-0 lead.
Well, the big difference in this hockey game has been the failure of Boston University's power play. Score is 3-0 for North Dakota. The shots relatively even. Scoring chances not that much different. Faceoffs 1, 18-27 with the power plays. Boston University's 0 for 8, and the Fighting Sioux 1 for 4.
Colby Genoway, one of the reasons the Fighting Sioux have the lead in this game. He plays on that right wing side on that first line out of Manitoba. Colby, thanks very much for joining us. We were just talking about the patience of your team. You guys defensively just seem to be willing to hang in no matter what's going on.
Yeah, defense has been our stronghold all through the year right now, and we're not going to back down from that. We just try to play tight defense and jump on our opportunities and finish our chances.
Well, we've talked about Boston University being 0 for 8 on their power play. Obviously, some of the credit belongs to you guys. Are you usually this good at killing penalties?
All year we've been really good on blocking shots and getting guys in the lane and not letting that cross-ice pass get through, and tonight's been no different. The guys have been doing a great job at cutting stuff off out there, and so far it's been working for us.
What a program out there at North Dakota. Colby, just a bit on what it's like playing out there, why you chose North Dakota, and what the sense is with their great history.
It's a phenomenal community. The community actually makes the team there. They're totally committed to the team, and the fans are great, and the arena is not too shabby itself, so it's not too bad playing there, and every night they sell it out, so it makes it pretty easy to come to the rink every day.
Well, you guys make it exciting. Colby, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
All right, Colby Genoway, who has picked up one of the goals in this game as North Dakota's got the 3-0 lead. Second intermission. Have an opportunity during these games, see the players downstairs and to talk with the coaches about how they feel about the other programs that are involved in this championship weekend. Let's talk about North Dakota.
North Dakota, we played early in the season. They're a very impressive team from my standpoint. They were big, they were strong, and you know, one of the better players that night was Brady Murray. Now he's out with a shoulder injury, but we know Zach Parisi's played. Jordan Parisi, Zach's brother. Jordan's played very well in goal for him, and I like the big green, the defenseman. They've got an excellent team, a typical North Dakota team, big, strong, and a lot of skill level.
North Dakota really, I think, the sense that, you know, because they're a WCHA school and the road that they have to play every single night, and I know people like to have that debate, you know, who has a better league, the WCHA or Hockey East or the ECAC. Clearly the WCHA, if you look at the past, you know, 3 to 5 years, has had great success in the national tournaments and whatnot. They produce a number of NHL players, and you know that they're going to be battle tested as well.
I'm impressed with two things. One, I knew they were big on defense, but I was surprised at how mobile they are on defense. They are a very, very good skating team back at the blue line. They can be very, very physical when they want to be, but they also can get the puck out of their zone quickly. They move very, very well. I think the other thing that presents a huge problem with them is they have a great power play. The people on the power play are very clever, but they also work it well. They're very unselfish. There's sometimes teams that have a lot of great players. They don't wind up having as good a power play because everybody wants to take the big shot. These guys move the puck around and find the right guy all the time, and I think that it'll behoove us to stay out of the penalty box because if you give them too many chances on the power play, they're going to get goals.
Well, Dave Hackstall's North Dakota Fighting Sioux have followed this road to the tournament. You can see their record, not a bad record, but they were only 5th in the WCHA in the regular season, 3rd place in the conference tournament, and that's why we have talked about them as being a team that has put it together at the right time. How about North Dakota as a school? Where is it? Beautiful Grand Forks, North Dakota. Actually played a game there against the 1980 Miracle team, a preseason game at one point. Founded an awful long time ago, almost before Gary Thorne was born.
Almost.
Nice enrollment of over 13 grand, and the Fighting Sioux is their nickname, and they came by it appropriately. A lot of fight in this team.
And these are the players who make up that fight on this current edition of the Fighting Sioux.
My name is Jordan Parisi. I'm from the University of North Dakota. I'm a sophomore goalie from Faribault, Minnesota. My style as a goalie is very calm, very relaxed, and I like to keep my crease clean. Coach Hackstall is very determined, very ambitious, and wants the best for our hockey program. The most important figure in my hockey career was probably my dad. He really helped us out, helped my brother out, and gave us the right frame of mind. One of my favorite places I ever played was our rink at Shattuck St. Mary's. Had the best ice, best atmosphere, and just it's an old barn, great place to play.
Quinn Filling from Minot, North Dakota, University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux. My major is marketing. We started scoring goals at the right time, especially in our WCHA playoff tournament, and we hope to continue that in the NCAAs. Growing up in North Dakota, we learned how to play hockey on the ponds. We skated with my older brother, Cale, who I've looked up to my entire hockey career. This year's Fighting Sioux has great leadership, has a lot of fun, comes out and plays hard every night.
My name is Rastislav Spirko. I'm from Vrutky, Slovakia. I'm a freshman forward, and most guys in a team, they call me Sparky. My country produces many great players. They play in NHL or anywhere in Europe, like Peter Bondra, Zsigmond Palfi, Marian Hossa. My family is back home in Slovakia, and they haven't seen me play for 2 years. But I hope that they will have a chance to see me play during summer when I bring some DVDs back home. As a player, I think I'm pretty fast, skilled, really team player, and also play physically, but very disciplined.
Those are the Fighting Sioux. There's a man who just as soon the other team be ahead. 1973 to 77, Mike Urzioni was a Terriers on hand tonight. Welcome back to Worcester, everybody. Right now, it's the visiting North Dakota team, even though they're the higher seed at home for purposes of our game. They've got the lead 3-0 and have quieted the Terrier fans who've been on hand. Gary Thorne, Bill Clement, and our crew. Second game, BC won the first one. They'll take on the winner of this, and right now, really all North Dakota's got to do is just play some solid D.
Yeah, and they don't necessarily have great puck skills on the blue line. They're big, they're strong, they play tough, and they have good mobility, as Jack Parker mentioned if you saw him interviewed between periods. But now they can just let the puck do the work. They don't have to generate tape-to-tape passes. You just have to make sure that they get the puck out of their zone and do what they do best, and that is protect Jordan Parisi.
One of the problems Jack Parker felt was going to exist in this game is the fact he said they've got momentum. They're playing so well, and that is exactly what they've continued to do in this game.
Yeah, while BU has been unable to get any power play stuff going. 0 for 8 BU on the power play, and while they were going 0 for 8, North Dakota was just chipping away and getting it done. They got themselves a power play goal. They got a couple of other ones, and that's why it's a 3-0 hockey game. This was the power play goal that they got by Drew Stafford, and it was just an innocent-looking shot. That was earlier. And then they got a couple in the second period. Colby Genoway is just a tremendous offensive player and can sniff it out. So is Rory McMahon. Genoway found him. And on the strength of those 3 goals, North Dakota's in the driver's seat.
They are. They're trying to head into the regional final that'll take place here tomorrow night. These teams looking to make it to the Frozen Four. The hopeful, but knowing, if you're a Boston University fan, that this is going to be a very tough third period in which to come alive in. And as Bill said, unless that power play gets going, assuming they get some chances, they are in very deep trouble. Third period, 21-19, the shots in favor of the Fighting Sioux through the first 2. The Sioux on the road during the regular season, 8, 7, and 3. Only one game above 500 in away games. 2-1 on neutral ice. They made hay at home. North Dakota went through the season 22-14 and 5.
Man,
boy, no call on that.
That wasn't called.
Wow. Ryan Miller really got the elbow sticks and everything else up into the face that time. There's Miller coming back to get the puck. John Curry in net, the sophomore for the Terriers. Jordan Parise, the sophomore, in net for North Dakota. Shot wide. We open up here 5-on-5 in the third. Porter along the boards, gets roughed up a little bit. Cleared back out. The Liberty heading to the near side. 3-on-1 with Liberty. Look at the rebound. Shot over the net. The net has come off the peg.
And Parise got nailed too after the fact. Clearly BU has come out here, Gary, in the third period looking to ruffle feathers.
Vander Gulick was the one who went after him.
I think they're trying to see if North Dakota will take the bait. North Dakota doesn't turn a fight down. I'm not talking about a dropping the gloves kind of fight, but look at that attempted hit there that missed. And three guys right in front. Still, I want to see again how the net came off because Parise was down. Oh, it was Parise that took it off with his foot.
Kicked it with his
He had the skate blade against the post and he pushed off it and knocked it off. May have saved himself a goal in the process and didn't get called for intentionally doing it.
We're going to get matching minors here as Green has gone back into the penalty box. Matt Green. And he is going to be joined over there by Vander Gulick. Went charging in. So it'll be 4-on-4. Matching minors picked up here. McConnell moves in to take the draw.
But I mean, it's just as if BU came out and said, we're going to try and beat North Dakota at North Dakota's game. We're going to jump on them physically. We're going to jab them. We're going to jostle them. And we're going to see if they take the bait and retaliate.
Stafford won that draw. Veer cleared it around the near side. Zajac heading to the net. Stafford with the puck. Stafford in. Shot deflected off a skate. Stafford had a little room there. Dan Spang was out in front though, and it hit his skate and blocked it. Schaefer's pass got deflected, forcing the Terriers to come back on side. All this period, North Dakota's want to dump this puck as deep as they can into the Boston University zone, try and get a scoring chance, but if they don't, at least force Boston University out to come the length of the ice. They've done that here early on the first two shifts. Roach lost control of that one. Roughing and a cross-checking call at 38 seconds. Those matching minor penalties that are being served right now. Knocked away, Filling, couldn't control it. Terriers line change. That one goes wide of the net. Boy, the elbow got up on that one in the corner. Chris Bork took a pretty good shot over there. Tries to retaliate along the near side wall, but didn't have anything to hit. He's down on the ice. That's maybe fallen down. Bork chasing over. He puts the hit on. Trying to get something going. Light the fire. You've got Miller in front of the net. Pass to Miller, gets blocked. Blocked twice. Cleared back for Bork. Bork leaves it behind the net again. MacArthur's back there. MacArthur gets knocked down by Smaby. Up along the wall, Bork waiting. Played instead by MacArthur to Bork. Bork down the middle, open shot. And that gets blocked and goes up into the netting as Smaby got a stick on it.
That long reach of 6'5" Smaby took away a scoring chance for Chris Bork. But little Chris Bork was everywhere in the zone. Great move here. With the long arm of the law from number 27, Smaby. Took it away. But it's so interesting, Gary. I'm looking out here, and I've seen 4 plays that I would have thought would have been called penalties, at least based on the way the game has been called.
Not yet.
Not now.
We've played almost 3 minutes here in the third period. 5-on-5. Boston University has got to be getting very frustrated, but they've got to stay under control. That one shot in and glove. They want to keep it going. Parise just knocked it away to the side. Here's a clean breakaway at the other end. 2-on-0. Shot. Score! And the Fighting Sioux continue to pile it up. Boston University was trying to pinch in, create some opportunities themselves. Genoway got away, and away he went.
Jack Parker knew what he was up against with some of the creative forwards, and Colby Genoway just kind of came slinking out, hiding. And you talked about how BU had to press, but they had to be smart doing it. When their D-men kind of pinched in a bit, that's when Genoway saw the opportunity to get out. What a deke he threw on John Curry. pulled it to the backhand and didn't give Curry time to react. Watch this. He kind of froze him. He sold the shot, twitched with his wrists, pulled it to the backhand, immediately jabbed it by him. That's a perfectly executed backhand deep move. And he got it up off the ice, too, which you have to do on a butterfly goalie.
A 4-0 lead now for North Dakota. Genowa's got 2 goals in this game. So he has the opportunity now at the hat trick. And the Terriers, the frustration will continue. It opens the game up even more for North Dakota. And down on the ice, and the puck goes underneath McQuirk, Brian McQuirk, so that'll draw the whistle.
Well, Jack Parker's style and his team style, not to sit back. They haven't really done that. They didn't want to let North Dakota come at them. And the BU Terriers have had their opportunities in the form of power plays, but they are 0-for-8 in the power play. But the great possible turning point in this game was negated. It was 2-0. Jack Parker's guys on a power play scored what looked like it was going to be a goal, man in the crease. Instead of it being 2-1, North Dakota came back within 2 minutes and made it 3-0. And has since then have looked in complete control of the game, but it could have been 2-1.
I agree, Bill. That was a very big turning point in the game. Curry knocks that one away off the face-off win. Sioux trying to hold this one in along the boards, and they do. Just dump it a little bit deeper. Fabian going back to get it. Eric Fabian leaves it for Mason. Mason, Fabian, and Canada out there now. Genowa's goal at 240. He's got 2 goals and an assist tonight. Fuhr gets the assist. He has 2 of those. Mason leaves it down low. Filling, middle of a line change. Filling, Miller pinned him up along the wall. Filling trying to scoot away. Can't find any room over there. This is the way we've seen North Dakota play so much of this game when they've had the lead. Just keep the clock going. Just keep mucking it up along the wall. Move it enough so you don't get a whistle. And there's nothing the Terriers have been able to do about that to get things going offensively. They even get line changes done while they are doing this. And you see how long they held it in the zone. That one knocked back out the center. Terriers forced to go a little bit deeper. Brian Miller was waiting back there for it. Boston University completing a line change now. MacArthur brings it in. Off to the near side. Had it taken away. Swept around by Zajac. Shot in. That one wide. Bouncing puck. Never did end up going in on Parise. Just kept bouncing all around in front of him. And it will be just dumped into the zone deeper. Lee Marvin sent it in. Came off the dasher. Sioux making sure they have at least 2 defensemen back to cover, so Boston University can't get off on a charge here. Zajac knocked it deeper into the corner. Spearcoat trying to move it out to Jones. Jones steps up trying to hold it in, and it'll come out to center. Boy, Matt Green, you talk about dominating play here. Schaefer dumped back in, but there's North Dakota right there to take it away. Spearcoat, we haven't heard much from him tonight. Radosław Spearcoat, who can really fly out there. Where's number 11 for the Fighting Sioux? Donald dropped it off into the middle. Shot. That one deflects, I think, off the glove and went up and over as Ewing had a chance. Right in the middle roach, and that's a save made by Parise. A lot of little changes. You heard Travis Roy talking about it that can be made to get it going. Jack Parker's not been able to find those changes in this one. Boston University fans on hand, and at this point it may be their final game of this season, as North Dakota's got the 4-0 lead. The winner of this game will play Boston College here in Worcester at 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night for the regional championship, which will move them on to the Frozen Four to be played in Columbus, Ohio on April 9. As we will be out there to cover that one. ESPN2, ESPN, part of the NCAA broadcast going on. Chase back into the corner. McMahon came back to get it. That'll be cleared out of the zone. Sullivan's going to chase it down. Colorado College won a game earlier today as they beat Colgate. Wisconsin had a lead over Michigan in the only other game that's going on. There'll be other games that will be played tomorrow in 2 other regions as this tourney goes either Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday, depending on the region. This is the Division I hockey. Final 16 teams, and there won't be that many left after tonight, as North Dakota looks like they're going to be on their way to play tomorrow in the final against Boston College. as the Sioux able to sweep that one out of there. Miller. 4-0 lead, 23-22 the shots. Not a lot of shots either way. North Dakota with a one-shot advantage, but it's been what they've been able to do with it. From the point, that one got blocked out in front. Boy, goaltender's got to like that. When you get players going down on the ice to block shots, when you got a 4-0 lead trying to help you preserve a shutout.
That one stung, though, Brian Kennedy. But clearly North Dakota, to me, has saved their most disciplined hockey of this hockey game for the most important time. With a healthy lead in the third period, you got to play the time on the clock. You got to play the score. I mean, your behavior should be driven by a lot of different factors, and I think North Dakota has been appropriately really disciplined here in the third period. Remember, BU's had 8 power plays in this game. I don't think North Dakota wants to give him any more cracks at it.
No, after a while, just too many chances.
Right.
And so they're playing a very disciplined game and not roughhousing it here. And Boston University doesn't want to do that either, because any chance they've got is only going to come if they stay out of the box.
Although they did come out and try to outbang North Dakota. Of course, they were trying to get something started, some catalyst, some spark.
Bork tried to run that in, lost it. Weston up, trying to drop it back, couldn't get it there. Ryan Weston trying to center that pass. This will be chased down by Kevin Schaefer out of South Huntington, New York, the sophomore, drafted by Nashville. Lost control of it. Stafford comes back to get it. He's picked up a goal tonight. His line has been alive. Stafford has had Drew Stafford, a sophomore, has had a very strong game at both ends. Genoway has had a couple of goals in it.
What a great work along the wall there. Gary, we're just seeing North Dakota cycle away, eat up the clock.
They're masters of this.
Drew Stafford took on 2 guys and came up with the puck twice along the wall.
That'll be chased back by Matt Green, their captain. They just turn it right back up ice. Green hits it in. Played back by Curry in behind the net. Just checking here, Parise looking for a shutout in this game. Parise had 1 during the regular season. Be a great chance for him to pick up his second as we got 12:16 to go, and he's right now shutting out the Terriers 4-0. The bracketing that we have talked about, we are in the East region. The win by Boston College over Mercyhurst earlier today, 5-4.
Northwest Regional is just up the road in Amherst, and the Midwest Regional in Grand Rapids, and the Western Regional in Minneapolis. And it has one shutout is exactly what Jordan Parise has had. St. Cloud State, March the 5th.
They're going after another one here. Face-off this time will come at center. Moved away by Bork. Fighting Sioux drop everybody back for coverage so they get control of the puck. Snyder came back to help out. He and Matt Jones are teamed up together now. Jones a shot on the near side in front. Jammed at. Still can't get it by. They had Parise down on the ice, but still couldn't. Brian Miller couldn't pick that puck up to put it over him.
Unbelievable work by Parise, though, to keep this one out. He used his stick. Matt Jones had just a crunching hit along the boards. There was the stick play by Parise. Gosh, he did that well. Then ended up doing snow angels with his back on the puck. Watch this hit here by Matt Jones. Oh, bang! Left his feet. Could have gotten called on that one. 6 feet, 220 pounds, Matt Jones.
This is the 9th power play the BU has had, with filling out of there for tripping at 7:44. 0 for 8. They've had 11 shots on the previous power plays. They've got a minute and a half left on this chance. Schaefer sends it in on the far side, trying to get it around the boards, but he could not get it there. Zajac able to move that one out of there. The freshman from Winnipeg cleared it out of the zone, forcing Kevin Schaefer to come back to get it. Schaefer had a couple of goals, working on the power play. Defenseman. He's the man who puts the hit on right there, but Rory McMahon just stayed right there on the puck. At 56 to go on the power play. Intercepted again, sent the other way. Mike Purpich moved in and picked that one off. Played out in Penticton. Purpich did. Stole that one, knocked it away. Again, just cleared up to nobody. Snyder comes back.
Chris Bork's stick snapped in two on the pass.
Puck just rolls in on net, and Parise is there to cover it up with 10:50 left to go in the third. Bill, the other regions, take a look at another that we were talking about.
The Midwest from Grand Rapids. Colorado College, Colgate. Colorado College advances. And the Wisconsin Badgers are taking on the Michigan Wolverines. And we have a score in that game. They have finished 2 periods, and Red Berenson's Wolverines are up 3-0 against Mike Eves and Troy Ward's Wisconsin Badgers.
The number 1 seeds for BC here, Denver in the Northeast, Minnesota in the West, and Colorado College playing in the Midwest. Those were the number 1 seeds. You're seeing here in the East now, numbers 2 and 3, North Dakota and BU in that order. 15 to go on the power play. Miller dropped it off. Straight down the middle and wide. Miller will follow it up, centered it into the crease, shot, another save, knocked away, and the head goes up in the air like, how could I not have scored on that one? John LaLiberty. That's pretty much describes where the Terriers are right now, because Parise has got a shield up.
He's got the force field up for sure. And I mentioned earlier, the puck looks big and real slow to Jordan Parise right now. Sometimes the technique breaks down. He might end up sitting on his rear end once in a while, but it doesn't matter. He will try to outcompete you. And when he is in the zone, he's got a pretty good chance of doing that.
He has made the 26 saves on the shots Boston University's had in this game. Power play is over. They do not convert, so the over continues in this game for the Terriers. They cannot get that power play goal.
0 for 9. And another thing that's happened too, with each failure on the power play, there's that period of sagging where you got to try to recoup. Remember, BU came out here in the 3rd period full of energy. They were going to get this done with pure energy, and they began to sag, and then after a power play that goes bad, you sag even more. So 9 times they have seen what looked like an opportunity turn into thin air and vanish.
Radoslavich trying to put a check on, could not get there. Moved by Fabian out of the zone. Fabian, a sophomore out of Minnesota. Taken back by Fabian, goes back in behind the net, gets pinned up by Sullivan. And the Sioux just keep this pressure on. Here they go again, cycling down low. That's 2 steals that they've had. Should make it 3. That is just effort. And that was Genoway, who's got 2 goals here in tonight's game, doing the work down there. Kenny Rocha has come out with McConnell and Ewing on this line for the Terriers. Genoway jumped up in the air, that missed him, and so that is going to be an icing call. North Dakota with a 4-0 lead midway through the 3rd. 8:58 left to go, and North Dakota playing a very smart, very disciplined second half of this game, doing what you're seeing now. Porter pinned up against the wall by Schaefer, but kicks it away, controls it. They keep that clock running, and then they back up, making sure their defenseman gets back. While Roach tries to get through. Had his poke checked away, finds it on the stick again, pinned up against the wall. Ewing came in to help out, couldn't get to it. Obviously now the D for Boston University have to commit, and that's going to create some of these odd man rushes. Porter in, shot. What a save made by Curry. John Curry with a kick.
That's called throwing a prayer in the form of a pad up in the air. But Curry came out to cut down the angle. He helped himself, but the patience made sure that the shot was coming high. He just threw his pad up. It was a prayer, and he did exactly what he had to do.
And when it works, it looks so beautiful, doesn't it?
Well, that was a scrambling save. There wasn't as much technique as there was just athleticism on that one. And John Curry will be the first one to admit it.
Arthur ends up coming in alone as Boston University was changing. He'll take the shot from there, deflects into the corner. Arthur actually hit his own man coming through the middle that time. And off the boards and out of the zone. They make sure they do not ice it. Good dump by Lee Marvin. We were talking about that earlier. How can a team lose when they got Lee Marvin, James Mason, and Fabian?
For those generations that understand what we're talking about. 2 great actors and a singer.
Back into the corner. Terriers trying to move this thing out of the zone. Even that continues to be a struggle as the forechecking pressure, even with only 2 up. They want the clock to stop. Came out to play it. LaLiberty's got it. LaLiberty trying to get a shot off. Had that one blocked. Got a stick picked up by Nick Fuhrer on the far side. Sullivan sent it in wide of the net. Stafford coming over to get it. Stafford in the collision. And that one goes wide on the glove side. No call near side. Sean Sullivan got a pretty good lick in as he went after Spirko. Puck still back. Mason coming back to get it. Mason moves it around in behind the net. 2-on-1 opportunity. Spirko trying to catch up. 3-on-2 opportunity. Centered. Spirko just a little bit too far in front for him to handle it. Kennedy came in to get it. Kennedy comes away with the puck and just wraps it back into the corner. A penalty coming. Delayed call.
Going to be on BU.
Going to be on BU. And here's the whistle. So with 6:09 left to go, another power play coming. Great save made by Curry a moment ago with that pad. We'll take a look at that when we come back.
Well, North Dakota continuing to attack even with a 4-0 lead. McMahon to Porter. And stopped by John Curry. Curry had to do a save like that one because he was out cutting down the angle so far. He had a lot of real estate to cover to get over in front of Chris Porter.
McConnell's gone to the box. Third penalty he's picked up tonight. This one at 13:51 on a slashing call. 1 for 4 on the power play. Only 5 shots for the Fighting Sioux in their power play. BU's 14 of their 26 shots have come on the power play, but it's been to no avail. And that one will be held by Curry in the glove on a little tip from behind the net. And we're down to 5:49 left to go, and right where North Dakota wants it. They've got the lead and they've got a power play as well.
Storyline looks like this. Colby Genoway from North Dakota, a couple of goals and a pass. He's had a big game. And Jordan Parise from North Dakota, 26 saves. He is on target so far for a shutout. But I think the big story, BU 0 for 9 on their power play. That was a concern that Jack Parker, their coach, had coming in. He said our power play is not nearly as good as it looks. And what he meant was it'll look flashy, it'll look slick, we'll have great puck movement. We just don't get the results we may need.
And they have seen that happen to them here tonight, taking nothing away from the Fighting Sioux, who have been very tough defensively, 5-on-5 or otherwise in this game. And they've got a power play opportunity here. Spirko moving it up, 16-goal scorer during the season. Stafford has got one here tonight. Leaves it on top. Fury shot, save made. Rebound, centering pass got blocked. Back into the corner. Cleared around. Zajac got it back up to the point where it'll be held in. Pierre on the near side. Pierre takes it, trying to set it up, and it'll be held onto by Curry, trying to get a screen from Zajac down low. Travis Zajac out of Manitoba, 15-goal scorers out there on the power play unit.
You know, and I think a real positive for North Dakota, a couple of things. First of all, Travis Zajac has been really quiet in this game. Rastislav Spirko, his line mate, very quiet in this game. So you win 4-0 with Colby Genoway getting most of it done. I guarantee you Zajac and Spirko aren't going to stay quiet for long.
No.
And that means tomorrow night, watch for them to have something going.
They are the number 1 and 2 scorers on this team. With Genoway being number 1, Spirko and then Zajac 2 and 3. So they obviously have had the firepower all year, have not had to use it here tonight.
Stafford from that Zajac Spirko line has scored. That was on a power play, but they've got people in reserve.
Opportunity short-handed. Angelak shot, and that one's going to get blocked. Vandergulik had an opportunity going in and now is down in the corner. And we're going to get another penalty called here. This one's going to go against the Sioux. And 23 seconds remaining on the BU penalty, 4-on-4.
I think Vandergulik did a pretty good job of even keeping his balance here. It's a tough decision that a forward has to make. Do you go down and try to draw the penalty? And if you don't get the penalty, you maybe have taken away your own scoring opportunity.
Yep.
So you try to stand up. I mean, in this case, he had to try. Vandergulik had to try to stand up and make the play.
Andy Snyder's the man who got him, a senior defenseman. And we'll have 4-on-4 for 23 seconds and a power play chance for Jack Parker's Terriers. Booking call coming at 15:28. Give both of these teams credit. Now we don't speak too early. They have kept themselves under control here. Sometimes in these kind of games where it gets out of hand, things can get a little rough, especially when you have the competitive levels that these two schools have against one another. But that has not happened here in this game. held on to. There'll be another face-off here to the left side of Jordan Parise. 4-on-4, keep in mind. Swung around in the corner. They move it up to the point and can't hold it in. Schaefer reached for it, could not get to it. And Spang, the junior. There's some shots.
Maybe that's maybe.
You better know where number 27 is out there for the Fighting Sioux. Power play underway now as McConnell comes out of the box. Save made by Parise. Straight on. Man moved it up along the far side boards. Kicked away from him. Back into the corner. Smaby again. Smaby had a poke checked away. Roach moved in to get it. Sends it up to the point, but there's nobody here.
I don't think there's one NHL team that plays as tough a game from the back end on the blue line as North Dakota does. They got at least 5 guys that always play the body and are big enough and strong enough to just drive into the ice.
10th power play opportunity for Boston University in this game. This is what will hurt when they take a look at this game and look at the numbers. Jones intercepts and send it in. That's Matt Jones. He's a senior. Matt Green, his defensive teammate, a junior.
Boy, they're the oak trees. You got to get through them to get to Parise, and that's tough. 6'1½", 212 pounds, the average size of a North Dakota defenseman.
Good save by Parise. That was a good hard shot taken from the point and held on to. Nice job done as Peter MacArthur had the opportunity. 13-goal scorer during the season with 3:05 left to go. You get to this time of the year, you see repeat names of schools and coaches. And as we said, Boston College's Jerry York, and they won the first game among active coaches in Division I, number 1. Jack Parker's number 2.
4 Division I hockey programs in the city of Boston. Boston University, Boston College. You've also got Harvard and Northeastern. They play in the Beanpot every year. What a tournament that is. Fleet Center.
Bork, that one got blocked. Good block by Green that time. Cleared out of there. It is set around Boston that if you can win the Beanpot, it doesn't matter what you do the rest of the season. And there's some truth to that because it is a tournament that is taken very seriously and is played at the Fleet Center before a packed house.
BU won it.
BU BC oftentimes end up with 2 teams in it. Miller trying to move it in. His pass gets blocked into the corner by Mason. Turned it around. Kennedy over to try and get it. He's able to clear that one out of there with 2:27 left to go. So Parise is trying to pitch the shutout while North Dakota is trying to move on to the regional final tomorrow. With North Dakota leading, pretty safe to say they are on the verge of going into the regional final tomorrow here in the East against the Boston College team. Centered. Ooh, they had an opening there. And the shot gets blocked into the corner. Sullivan was open, but they couldn't get the puck to it. This is 5-on-5 hockey now with 2:10 left to go. They're back into the middle. Ewing's got it. Some of the Boston. You want to know how strong the fans are when they talk about hockey here in Boston? Some of the Boston University fans have started to chant "Beat BC." And they mean it. In fact, part of it's coming from the student band section where they've started to cheer for North Dakota already because it's BC and North Dakota for the regional final tomorrow night.
And they did meet earlier this season. BC won at 5-3 at Chestnut Hill. That was the game in Boston. BC scored the first 4 goals in that game, and it was their captain Ryan Shannon who had a goal and an assist. And it's the big offensive thrust for them. That was then, this is now. North Dakota is not the same team that they were earlier in the season. Talked about them gaining momentum as the season went along. And they're at their peak right now. Man, they're good.
They are a tenacious team to play against right now. Moving in on it is Kevin Schaefer. Schaefer centered at the side of the net. That'll be covered up by Parise. He hangs on and will get another draw with 1:31 remaining to go in the period. And there's one of the reasons it's worked. 14-6-3 for him coming into this game. He was 14th in the nation in goals against average at 2.15.
He doesn't make it as a pro goalie. He can sure become a salesman. What a great personality. So much like his dad. He and his brother Zach too. They're just a treat to be around.
Parise looking for the shutout here in this game. He's got a pretty good shot at it right now. That'll be cleared again deep, forcing Spang to come back to get it in his own end. right now, Boston University out of pride. One hip deflected off a North Dakota player and bounced up in the air. Snyder, though, was there to get it. He gets leveled on the far side. That's going to draw a penalty. Then Canaro's going to go as he'll be called for tripping. He went down around the knees on that shot, and he'll leave with 1:01 left to go. So North Dakota will have a final power play opportunity.
Why not keep feeling good about yourselves? Fine tune it here, getting ready for the divisional championship game, the regional championship game, at least tomorrow night. But you got to know North Dakota right now. The one thing that North Dakota is playing for right now is Jordan Parise's shutout.
That's what they want.
They just don't want to take any chances here on this power play to give BU any kind of shorthanded scoring chance.
Under a minute left to go. They'll just try and control it in their own end. They'll obviously try and score if they can. Smaby leaves it on top for Green. Smaby and Green working the blue line. Tripping call at 18:59. Spun around over there, but Spirko able to hang on to it.
Sure enough, North Dakota has a couple of big defensive defensemen out there on the points, and Green and Smaby.
Smirko trying to get to it, could not, and the Terriers will be content to clear it out. Brian Miller sends it the length of the ice. 23 seconds left to go. Matt Green comes back in behind his own net. A very impressive performance here in this game by North Dakota. They're going to come away with the victory. Wraparound chance out of the zone. Parise is going to pick up the shutout, his second of the year, and it'll be Boston College and North Dakota for the regional final tomorrow. 4-0 the final.
Complete game all around for North Dakota, including their penalty killers. Just unbelievable. BU couldn't get it started. Their power play started up. And Dave Hackstall's PK guys deserve a ton of credit. BU ultimately ended up 0 for 10 on the power play.
So Dave Hackstall in his first season taking over in North Dakota is beaten. Jack Parker and the Terriers will be moving on. There's the final. North Dakota wins it against BU 4-0.